AEC Business, the construction industry's innovation and technology show.
Hello and welcome to episode 144 of the AEC Business podcast. My name is Aarni Heiskanen and my guest is Jarkko Sireeni, the founder of XD Visuals, a visual information management company. We will discuss how BIM and GIS data and other planning and construction information can be used in three-dimensional digital twins. Jarkko, it's great to have you on the podcast.
Yes, always nice to talk with you. Thank you.
So, in September, you got recognition at the WDBE Summit. Your entry with XD Twin in the best use of open standards category won the competition. So, congratulations again.
Thank you very much. That was very, very good thing for me and kind of emphasizes my philosophy of making this management information in constructed environment. So that's very nice.
Yeah. WDBE, if you don't know, is the World of Digital Built Environment Summit, which is an annual event. Well, we'll talk more about the XD Twin, but before that, can you tell us a bit about your journey into digital twins? Start wherever you want to start.
Yes, so I have been long journey in this industry over 30 years. The first things I did in early 90s was 3D modeling of infrastructure projects. That was very early technology then, and we used same technology as Hollywood movies. And from that it developed into software engineering. We started making software solutions for this industry to manage digital information in 3D formats. And on this journey, we actually started to follow how BIM use in infrastructure was born. And the first applications of BIM in infrastructure was done in Norway with our solutions. And from that, we developed the technology a lot. We make first 4D simulations, 5D simulations, virtual reality, augmented reality, BIM, GIS, city model integration, a lot of these kind of new applications for built environment information management. And at some point, I then, a couple of years ago, I wanted to start making my new kind of idea of having a holistic approach for information management, that information management for built environment should not be focusing only on certain disciplines. Like most of the products on the market, they are focusing now on certain discipline, like building or infrastructure or bridges. I want to take an approach where we can manage the whole built environment as one combined information model and combine infrastructure, buildings, city models, GIS, documents, photos, all of these together, and use that as a project information model and for collaboration, project management, project communication, citizen participation, a lot of different processes that we can utilize this digital twin.
Yes, I think your what I have seen you doing is very very interesting. So, but if you specify what is the problem, the specific problem that your business is trying to solve, and for whom?
I think the big problem is information management, that information in built environment is dispersed in many data sources. Typically, when you start, for example, an infrastructure project, you have maybe 30 or 40 different data sources you need to combine, and you use a lot of time to importing, converting that data together. And also, one problem is that, as I said, most solutions in the market, they are focusing on a certain discipline. But nowadays, when you are building a city, you are building both infrastructure buildings, city planning, you are doing construction same time as you are doing design and planning. And so the big problem and the big need in the market is to have a solution that can handle all life cycle phases together and all different disciplines together and all different data types together. And that is what our solution XD Twin is actually doing.
Sounds like a really ambitious goal, I would say, but
we have it already.
So what is your company doing exactly? What are you offering?
So we are doing a software. It's a cloud-based SaaS solution. Name is XD Twin. It's a digital twin for built environment. And digital twin, as we see digital twin, is a kind of constantly updated digital information model of some real-world structure, real-world effect, or real-world phenomenon. And XD Twin does that exactly.
Well, as I mentioned, you won the category of Best Use of Open Standards at the WDBE Awards. So what are the open standards that you are typically using?
Yes, so we believe that open standards in general is the solution that is future-proof. So any data you produce in the project, if you are producing that in closed formats, for example, you cannot open it anymore after 10 or 20 years when you need it for renovation or you need it for improving further on. And we combine all of these open standards from different domains, like from GIS, we have open standards and open interfaces also to integrate GIS information using WFS, WMS standards. You can read information in real time from different data sources, like from government, from the city, from the regional organizations, from your own servers. And with these open standards and open interfaces, it's possible to kind of link the data in real time so that you don't host the data yourself. You link the data like in internet web pages. They are linked web pages. In the same way, you link the data using open standards and interfaces. That gives you real-time data. So when the data is updated in the source, it's updated automatically in your project. Also in the design world, we support all the open standards like building smart standards like IFC for the buildings. Also already we have a support for latest IFC version 4.3, which includes the IFC road, IFC rail. We already support that, even it's not officially yet published. In Finland, we also use format for infra model for infrastructure. It's a format based on LandXML, which is also open format for infrastructure like street rail, alignments, pipe networks, and that kind of thing. So if you are using open standards, you kind of secure your data usability in the future, and we want to use open standards and we don't want to use any closed formats. That's not our philosophy.
Okay, yeah, so makes sense. So you're not storing all this information into your system?
Yes, we mostly store project information because the project produces the project design information, but most information about the existing built environments, it's coming from GIS servers, it's coming from city model servers, like the several cities in Finland are using already our system, and they have one server for city model where we get all the 3D model of the buildings, and in city GML standards, that's the open standard for city models, or with 3D tile format, which is OGC standard for 3D mesh models, and that way we link the existing situation from external servers. So we don't need to, because the data sets are huge. In Helsinki, they have all the buildings, all the terrain, everything in 3D for the whole Helsinki area, and hosting that kind of data and making a copy of that kind of data, that would be a very, very idiot thing to do. So you want to keep it only one place and you don't want to make multiple copies.
I just remembered back in the day when I was dealing with BIM and CAD and GIS, I remember the problem always was that the maps, the GIS systems, they used a different coordinate system than BIM. Is there a solution? Do you have a solution how to link actually BIM models with to those map coordinates?
Yeah, that's easy. All the information we bring into XD Twin, they are always in global coordinate systems. But then we also have local coordinates. We have all the available local coordinate systems in the world in the system already. So whether you are in Helsinki, Singapore, Amsterdam, or New York, you are using the city own coordinate system. And if you have, for example, a BIM model of a building, some architects still are using a local coordinate, like the corner of the building is the 0, 0, 0. You just need to know the location of that point in real world, and then you get the building into correct place. And that is the only way you can combine BIM with GIS, or BIM with city models, or BIM with survey data. So this kind of linking is always important.
Now that you have this system and you are able to collect all the information from sources using open standards, what kind of benefits would your customers get from that, those abilities that you are offering?
So basically, first benefit is that you can combine all project disciplines together. So, and once you have an information model where you have the buildings, road, rail, pipe networks, landscaping, all these disciplines together, the project team, they start collaborating. And when they start collaborating using the model, they can see each other's latest version of the design, and that makes it much faster to optimize and solve the conflicts, potential conflicts, or optimize the total solution, how the building, road and rail, they fit together, how the pipe network from the city fit to pipe network in the building. And that way, with the collaboration, you can produce an optimal solution for the project. Another big benefit is the communication, that in Western democratic countries, you need to present your design to the citizens, and you need to participate the citizens and take the citizen feedback. We have especially focusing tools for publishing these project models to the audience, and the citizens, they can view these 3D models themselves with their mobile phone, tablet, or web browser, and they can give feedback. So that way you can use the BIM information and model information for feedback collection and citizen participation. And we have, for example, made a very good pilot with Helsinki to just finish that, get very good feedback from the users to collect feedback for disabled people transportation, how the disabled people, how they can move from places to places. We get a lot of good feedback using the digital twin and using the 3D model of the city, and they can give much more better feedback using this method than the traditional ways. And also the coordination. We have integrated task management with location. So all the tasks, they can have location. We have integrated document management with location. So all the documents can also be in a certain location. We have 4D scheduling, so you can simulate your construction project from start to end, what phases, and you can also see conflicts in time and space. So that is something that the 4D simulation will bring it. And in the end, this will result into increased understanding, increased acceptance and trust, better access to information, faster access to information, real-time situation awareness, even increased sustainability, because we are integrating cost information, CO2 information, all these kind of sustainability aspects also into the model. So you get better management of, for example, CO2, even in area development or city level. And of course, for construction, increased productivity, increased quality, decreased time, cost, decreased risks, and so on. So a lot of benefits.
Yeah, very good. So perhaps this is the right moment to see what you're doing visually. So perhaps you can share your screen and show us around a little bit what kind of information we can actually see. And so you mentioned that your application runs it runs in a browser.
Yes. So what I have here is Chrome browser. I have a couple of examples. I have several projects here open already. So the typical starting point is that you import your city model. This is the city model of Helsinki imported here. So what you can see here, it's like a navigation is as easy as Google Map or Google Earth. So you just move your mouth, you can scroll, you can zoom in and look at the city model in different perspectives. The city model itself, it's a parametric model. For example, if I click the buildings, I get building information, what kind of attribute information the building have. And on top of this city model, where you have the 3D model of the existing situation, you can bring different kind of GIS information. This is, for example, the register information in the city of Helsinki about all the street areas. So we have all the pavement areas, a lot of attribute information, for example, maintenance classes and what kind of material they are, and same for the green areas. We have all the grass areas and tree forest areas. We even have GIS information about all the trees in the city. So if I click on here, one symbol, I can see that there is this kind of tree species, Tilia, and it's planted 2011 and so on. All of this information is valuable information when you start building a project. And once you have a project, this is another example. It was an architecture competition in Helsinki. They were planning to build new high-rise buildings in a new area in Pasila. So here the architect's competition idea was imported into the city model. And this is very good tool because our tool manages this city model in any scale. So I can go in 10 kilometers away and see how the cityscape, for example, will change. I can see very easily how it fits to the surroundings.
You can view this from the sea, which is very important in Helsinki. For example, the profile of the city is going to change radically when you have these high-rise buildings.
Another interesting aspect is here that this is the traditional 3D model, but we have time perspective here. So we have a time slider, so we can simulate in what phases the buildings are built. So you can make a simulation of how your project is going to be constructed in phases, because this will take like several years to build. So it will affect differently in several years how the cityscape changes. But also you can do it in different level. For example, you could simulate whole city as 4D model, how the city will look like after 5, 10, 30 years.
Yeah, I'm sure that citizens would be really interested to see how their environment will evolve in the future, and probably that will have also some impact on their property values.
Yes.
Valuations, yeah.
If I would be a buyer of a new house, I would like to see this model and see what kind of view I will have. Yeah. If I buy a house in this level, I can go here and see what kind of scenery I have from my balcony, and actually this would be very nice. I would definitely go here.
Very good. So all the information that you mentioned about the city of Helsinki city model, that was open information, so it's accessible to Yeah,
the city model around here is open information. All these information layers, they are open data, and everything can be linked together here. And here, for example, another project example, there is a new city area developing on the other side of the Helsinki, and here we have a BIM model of the building brought into the correct location. So this is a new design of the new BIM building, and this is a IFC BIM model, which means that it has attribute information and it has objects and information. What you can have here, for example, is the land use map in the background. So this is the land use regulation map, and you can, for example, check if the IFC building fulfills the land regulation areas and how the building fits here. But this is not only BIM models or 3D models. BIM models, of course, are interesting because you can, for example, take cross sections from anywhere. You can open, for example, floor plans and see how the design looks from the inside of the building. But also we can integrate documents here. So here is, for example, the floor plan of that building. So it's
as a PDF. Yeah.
BIM models and documents together. So you can open the documents, and the documents have a location. I have also some pictures here, also taken, for example, from this hill. I can open a picture how the building is actually built already. So this is how it looks from that location, and so it's all different kind of integration. We also have point clouds, for example, the existing vegetation are here with the laser scan point cloud, and all different kind of information can be put together.
Yeah, and it seems to be running very smoothly in your browser, all this information, a lot of 3D data presented, yeah.
It's the speed is no issue. Here is one big project. It's a 60 or 90 kilometer new railroad, and this model is an infrastructure project. This is a railroad project, so they are building a new railroad. It has like, I don't remember the exact number, but 20, 30, 40 bridges, tunnels. Totally, this model has something like around 300 individual BIM models. And it covers the whole distance of from Espoo to Lohja and different places. And all of this information works in real time with the browser. So nowadays, with this new technology, you are not anymore limited to data amount. You can manage unlimited size project in any geographical scale, in any detail level. These bridges don't have bolts, but if you zoom in, it has all the small details and still handles the whole big multi-billion-dollar project. So amount of data is no problem anymore.
All right, yeah, it looks very, very good. So I imagine that, of course, large tech companies are also trying to do something similar to what you're doing. So what is the let's say competitive edge or difference what you're now offering?
I used to work in a large, big technology company, so I know how they work. And one thing is that young startup companies like my current company is very agile compared to large companies. So what I do is that I listen to the customers and I create tools for the customer needs, and I can deliver that kind of tools much faster. So this tool is actually quite much developed based on the customer needs, and the customers are very happy because we constantly develop in a very fast pace. Another thing is also that we are very young, so we are using new technology, so we don't have this big technology depth in the behind. So we are using the latest new technology, and that allows this kind of application like unlimited data speed with this kind of unlimited data working with the mobile phone, very no problem. But also the solution itself is very unique. We are not focusing on certain discipline only. So I compare this solution many times as a PowerPoint for built environment. So you can use it any type of project. It doesn't matter if it's infrastructure building, city area development, city planning. You can use it for all of these different kind of project types, even energy networks, windmill parks, anything. So it is kind of a generic approach managing any kind of information in the built environment.
Yeah. So, but what would be the typical customers who would buy this solution?
We already have customers like, of course, the city organizations. They buy the license for cities' own projects, like area planning, city planning projects. We have consulting companies like engineering companies using this to their engineering BIM coordination and presentation and collaboration tools. Construction companies, they can use it for construction site management, and especially construction companies, they are interested in the 4D simulation of the construction site with the time perspective also. And also because we are supporting all the survey point cloud data, drone photogrammetry data, construction companies can make a real-time situation model of their construction site. So almost any company related to the built environment development, designers, planners, government, cities, contractors.
You said that you're a relatively young company, but what's in the future for you?
I think that the product is in very good shape. Of course, we are not stopping developing. It will develop very fast from this. We have currently focusing quite much only to Finland, so the international market is our next step. And we are already doing activities in Asia and Europe and also talking with the USA. So international growth and growing our team is one of course, that growing our customer base internationally and growing our team globally.
If anyone would like to know more about this, get more information about your solution, where can they go?
They can go to our webpage, xdtwin.io, or contact me personally. So here is my contact information and the webpage for the product. And on the webpage you can try it yourself if you want. And if you want any demonstration or discuss with me, just be in contact with me, email or LinkedIn. And follow our company XD Visuals also in LinkedIn. So there are some good example videos about this product.
Yeah, so it was xd-twin.io. Yeah, very good. Jarkko, thanks for this very interesting chat and demonstration of your product, and all the best for your future.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for listening. Subscribe to this podcast and visit aec-business.com, the award-winning blog, for more news and stories.